The 5 Stages of Grief is a concept developed by Elizabeth Kubler-Ross, something like that, I don't know how to say that name. This concept is meant to explain the feelings that us, humans, experience after losing a loved one, being a friend, a partner, or a family member. The 5 stages of grief are the following: denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and finally, acceptance. Now, that might sound pretty theoretical or clinical, but what it's really interesting is that these emotions can also show up in music too. A great example of that is Igor by Tyler, the Creator. Even though it's not directly about the 5 stages of grief, the album takes us through a roller coaster of feelings that line up surprisingly well with them. Now, Igor by Tyler, the Creator album released the 17th of May of 2019, being his 6th studio album, symbolizes a significant step forward in Tyler's artistic development, showing his skill as a producer, songwriter, and storyteller. Unlike his previous work, this project moves away from the conventional rap to explore genres such as R&B, soul, electronica, and experimental hip-hop. The work presents a narrative centered on unrequited love, loss, and emotional identity, approached from an abstract and deeply personal perspective.
And now, if you're watching this, it's time for a commercial break. So here's the deal, chat. Recently, I just activated the membership options. Act like you're surprised, please. So if you're interested in it, you can go and subscribe to the membership option of the channel. If you do so, you'll have some amazing benefits. There are amazing benefits if you join this channel's membership. You'll be getting early or exclusive updates. And if you actually want your comments to sort of like be a little bit more outstanding, you can get some exclusive emojis. You can also get early access to videos. There's also going to be exclusive chats with members, and you'll be given the option to also choose ideas for the next video. You can all contribute with ideas for the videos,
and so much more that you can check on the members tab.
Now with all that said, let's go back to the video.
Hello chat! So today I decided I wanted to talk about one of my favorite albums right now, and as you could have seen, you could have imagined, I'm gonna be talking about Igor by Tyler, the Creator today. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like it, leave a thumbs up, and when you finish watching this video, feel free to comment what do you think about it, do you agree with me, what do you think about this album. I'll be glad to be reading all your comments. Igor, one of the best Tyler, the Creator albums, if not the best, guides us through the story of a character named Igor, as the album's title, who finds himself in a complex relationship that emotionally affects him like really bad. Through the 12 songs of the album, we get to experience the complex feelings and thoughts that Igor expresses towards his romantic interest and the girl that his partner is involved with. Fun fact about this video, it comes from like a work that I had to do for university. I had to create like a text for like reviewing. I don't know if it's like fully reviewing or just talking about something, but we needed to do something like a mini summary about a topic, and honestly I didn't know what to choose. I couldn't think about a movie, a series, or a book at the time, because that's what sort of like the teacher suggested us. And while sort of like thinking about it, I thought about Igor, the album, and not just because I was listening to the album while I got this idea, but honestly I feel like it's a topic that has a lot of potential, and I feel like I couldn't really properly explore the topic that I wanted to do in the university because we had a limited time. And while thinking about the text for university, I came across, I don't know why, maybe it was a video or something that I was watching, but I came across the topic of the 5 stages of grief, and honestly I can see the relation between Igor and the 5 stages of grief, and that's what I'm going to be explaining right now. But yeah, that's sort of like how I got to the conclusion. Well, not conclusion, that's sort of like how I got to this idea. I hope you enjoy. Igor's theme is an instrumental introductory track that, excuse the redundancy, introduces us to the theming and world of this album. It gives us a sneak peek into the chaotic and emotional world of the album. Being the most streamed song of the album, in Earthquake, Tyler sings about a lover he depends on hardly, lover that hadn't been treating him the best recently. But in Earthquake, Tyler shows desperation, trying to keep his lover, going to the point where he blames himself for the issues of the relationship. Phrases like, "Don't leave me, it's my fault," "Riding around your love be shaking me up and it's making my heart break," are very clear examples about this. During this song, we get to see Tyler, in this case Igor, in denial, the first stage of grief. Denial is, as the name states, denial. The person going through this is unable to accept the fact that the other person might be already gone, thing that we see reflected here. Tyler refuses to fully accept that the relationship is over, holding to the little hope that the relationship is still salvageable. I think represents the uncertainty of the relationship. Tyler doesn't know if it's a good choice to continue at this point. Salvaging the relationship is hard going forward, but the fact that Tyler still has hope for this relationship motivates him to return to this toxic relation, holding on to the little thread that's still holding their bond. I think follows up the idea of denial I just explained in Earthquake. Just like in Earthquake, Tyler doesn't want to believe that the relationship is so close to be over. He explains how he's still in love, and it shows how he still wants to go on. Running out of time is 100% direct. It starts with the phrase "running out of time to make you love me," closing that line of hope that Tyler had and showed in the past two songs of the album. The song also starts to fully introduce the conflict of the story, with the phrase "take your mask off, I need to get her out of the picture," giving us a sneak peek into the snowball that this conflict is going to turn into.
Sometimes you gotta close the door to open a window.
New Magic Wand is easily described as anger, the second stage of grief. The loud and chaotic sounds show a little bit of the older Tyler project, which were a little bit more aggressive than what we get to see in this album. In New Magic Wand, Tyler tries to convince his lover to not leave him, stated explicitly, and I quote, "Please don't leave me down." While begging his loved one not to leave, he also goes on to threaten him and the girl he's with, using that quote-unquote New Magic Wand, repeating various times like magic, gone, and New Magic Wand, while also making his lover choose between him and this other girl that his lover is with, explicitly saying, and I quote, "You're under oath, now pick a side, and if you don't, I'll pick you both." And with this song, we see the start of the spiral that Igor goes through during this album. A Boy is a Gun uses the gun metaphor to explain how dangerous the relationship and his lover are. The last verse of this song explains how this song is part of the anger stage, having phrases like, "Cause the irony is, I don't want to see you again," and "Stay the fuck away from me." And personally, Boy is a Gun is definitely one underrated song of this album.
Ayo. I wanna talk.
Puppet explains us how Tyler will do everything for his love interest. That's why he uses the puppet metaphor, and I quote, "I'm your puppet, you control me," being repeated on the chorus. Puppet represents the bargaining stage, making attempts to make amends with his love interest, starting the song with "I wanna talk, I wanna call you and talk," and going into the second verse with "What do you need? Do you need bread?" and continuing the verse with a list of things he could do for him, trying to convince himself that maybe if he did something that his lover wants, they'll get back together. What's Good returns to the anger that we see in New Magic Wand. In What's Good, we see Tyler finally confronting his lover, and it shows Tyler's realization that it's over for good, ending the song with, and I quote, "I see the light." Gone Gone Thank You follows Tyler's classic two-part song for the 10th track. Here, we get presented first Gone Gone and later Thank You. In the first part, Gone Gone, we see Igor finally being able to start moving on from their relationship. We see in the first verse accepting it's a good thing that at least he got to experience the relationship, and I quote, "At least I had it instead of never." Going into the chorus where he says, and I quote, "Whether it's rain or shine, I know I'm fine from now." And finally, going into the last verse of Gone Gone, we see Tyler finally acknowledging that the relationship definitely had its ups and downs, but he is glad that he got to be a part of it, with the last part of the verse being, and I quote, "You never lived in your truth, I'm just happy I lived in it, but I finally found peace." So peace, being thankful for what he lived, leading us to thank you.
Like, I hate wasted potential. That shit crushes your spirit. It really does. It crushes your soul.
Thank you is the second part of Gone Gone Thank You. As the name states, it's just Tyler being thankful for what he got to live with this person, repeating the following: "Thank you for the love, thank you for the joy, but I don't ever want to fall in love again. So thank you for the time, thank you for your mind, but I don't ever want to fall in love again." Expressing gratitude towards his lover and all the things they got to experience together. I Don't Love You Anymore closes this stage, closing the story of this romance. I Don't Love You Anymore tells how Tyler finally lets go of his lover and admits how being away is the best decision for both, finally being able to heal and move on. Closing this chapter of his life and closing the story for us. Closing with the acceptance that the relationship is finally over and it's over for the best. But is he really over his lover? Are We Still Friends show how Tyler still has some feelings for his ex-lover, questioning if they can still be in touch by just being friends, and I quote, "keep contact," said at the beginning of the second verse. Tyler shows how this is harmful for both, but still holds to a little bit of hope that they could at least still be friends after everything. Plus, after how rough the breakup was, Tyler wants to make sure they don't end up with any bad blood between them, and I quote, "I don't want to end this season in a bad episode," and later saying how being friends isn't as bad as it may seem, and I quote, "You're caught in this matrix, don't know where you play it. You hate it, it could be your favorite, if you could make it your friend." Finishing the song with him admitting that it's impossible for him to fully move over, and I quote, "can't say goodbye," being repeated various times at the end of the song. This song ends in a weird note that doesn't fully finish the song, giving it a full closure, leaving the song inconclusive. But if you play the album in repeat, you can see that actually it's just a connection between Are We Still Friends and Igor's theme. Leaving us with the conclusion that if they remain as friends, they'll fall in love again, leading to all the events that we already saw on the album. Igor is a highly emotional album. The theming of the album can easily resonate with a lot of people. Personally, listening to the album after my breakup helped me go through it easier and helped me navigate the feeling that I had after it. Healing isn't linear is a phrase that a lot of us might have listened, and I also believe that's something that Tyler shows perfectly in this album, intentionally or unintentionally, showing how sometimes we can feel the rage against that person, in what's good, but later wanting to go back like in Are We Still Friends. It might have not been the intention of Tyler to make it in this way, but it can also represent perfectly the 5 stages of grief. Now I want to quote what Tyler said in Twitter before releasing Igor, and I quote, "Igor, this is not bastard, this is not goblin, this is not wolf, this is not cherry bomb, this is not flower boy, this is Igor, pronounced Igor. Don't go into this expecting a rap album, don't go into this expecting any album, just go, jump into it. I believe the first listen works best all the way through, no skips, front to back, no distractions either, no checking your phone, no watching TV, no holding combo, full attention towards the sound, where you can form your own opinions and feelings towards the album. Some go on walks, some drive, some lay in bed and sponge it all up. Whatever it is, you choose. Fully indulge. with volume. As much as I would like to paint a picture and tell you my favorite moments, I would rather you form your own. If we ever cross paths, feel free to articulate what those moments were for you. Keep it timely though, I'm not trying to have an Oprah episode. Thank you, smelly mucho. Igor is characterized by its break with the genre conventions, its strong conceptual cohesion, and its carefully crafted aesthetic. The album's recognition is evident, as proven by its 2020 Grammy Award for the Best Rap Album, reinforcing its cultural and artistic impact. In short, Igor is an emotionally resonant masterpiece that marks a turning point in Tyler, the creator's career, and it demonstrates his maturity as a well-rounded artist. Thank you so much for watching this, and if you made it this far, thank you so much. I love you for making it this far. I hope you're having a great day, great afternoon, great night, great rest of the day, great rest of the afternoon, or great rest of the night. Bye!